All right, hey everybody. um, this is my first IG live on my IG site, Max Sports Plus, and yeah, it's the first time I'm going live. It's a little weird, but I just got done with a little run, and yeah, I ran about 3.8 miles or whatever, and yeah, it's time for a nice stretch. Hey, babe. But yeah, like I think the most important part about running is the stretch afterward. Sometimes we neglect to stretch our bodies, and our bodies deteriorate from our workouts because of our lack of stretching. And I feel like our stretching, it gives us our muscles a space to expand so they can really grow and like not outgrow like our bone structure. And sometimes I feel like when you pull a muscle or something, all that means is like your muscle space wasn't big enough for your muscle growth, you know. So it's always good to enlarge those and make sure that you take adequate time to stretch your bodies after a long run or a like nice hard workout. So you can have that space. So the next time you work out, everything be good to go. You'll feel great. I promise you, you will. So with all that said, it's time for me to start my little yoga stretch. This is out there run. Like I said, it was 3.8 miles. I ran it in like a 7 minute and 55 minute pace. So I was going. So like right now, my body feels real hyped, you know, and a little tired because it was hot. So yeah, so it's nice to get a cool down and a stretch. Make sure y'all drink your water. That's the most important thing. There you go. And we get into the stretches I like to do. I personally like to focus on hips and hip range of motion, ankles, which most people will never think about that, and making sure all those ligaments that, you know, the muscles that move as you like run, make sure those are nice and stretched out. So with all that being said, we get started. I changed it up and put it inside today. Usually if you look at my YouTube page, it's usually all done outside. So today I decided to switch it up because it's hot. So I always start off with this pose, sitting right on your ankles. So immediately after the run, you stretching these ankles already and your knees. So I always like to start off with a twist too. The detox twists are my favorite, probably exercises I've learned from yoga. So I like to get my shoulders loosened up too, because what you don't think about while you're running is you always constantly moving right here at your shoulders. So you got to get those back loosened up as well. So a little. And also a little arm cross, get those outer shoulders stretched as well. Alright, so most of the times after a run, especially a longer run, I like to hop on into the hip stretches. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stay like this, but we're gonna lean back on our back. At first, I couldn't do this, but I forced myself to lean back and become comfortable in this position, and it helped my hip flexibility and things of that nature so much when I did that. So you just lean straight back. Most people can go back this far, but I want to encourage you to get used to trying. Like, I used to even do this, like watching basketball. Like, I'll be watching basketball and I'll be over here like this. and now I can actually go all the way back to my back and be okay with it. And you feel it all in that right here, all that space, all that hip space right there. And also, you'll feel it in the ankles, like your Achilles and the front part of your ankles, places you never even thought were inflexible. You feel it right there. So after that, I go into a downward dog to get those ankles flexed out as well, because right now they're gonna feel real tight. So to get those stretched out, you're gonna try to keep them nice and flexed as you pull your knees up to your chest. And focus on the stretched out leg and how I'm stretching out my ankle like that as I'm pulling my knee up. See, that's like a stretch right there. So now I like to do these for 20 seconds or so. You try to do it as long as you can, honestly. Then I try to stay still for a little second and try to really pull your butt up and get them hamstrings stretched out. You try to flex those. Try to flex your shoulders and your arms. And pulling your abs to your chest too. And then you just hop on up. Alright, I'll lean back. Okay. And now you're gonna try to touch your toes. You should feel real tight around this area, especially after a run. And you gotta be real patient with these stretches too. At first I couldn't touch my toes, but now I can do a little bit of. I'm trying to put my head to my knee one day. And we're gonna go flex up towards the ceiling. Can't see. It's back on. Alright, after that, we're gonna do a little squat. Try to get these hips moving, and we're gonna throw in another twist too during the squat. So try to open up those hips. Alright, so we're gonna grab your opposite arm to your opposite ankle, and we're gonna twist up. And I'm on my tippy toes too, by the way. That's like a little advance of the stretch, because I'm trying to flex out my ankles too. And we're gonna switch sides. Alright, then we're gonna come back up. And we're gonna go back and when you try to touch the ground this time, you wanna just try to bend from your hip and not use none of your legs, or try to keep your chest up. So you'll go down, try to keep your chest up, and then try to touch. And then we go chaturanga. Now with this, you try to again keep those hamstrings flexed out. Try to reach your body up. Really, it's like trying to reach your lower back and trying to touch your shoulders in a way. And back to a downward dog. You're gonna lift one leg up. You're gonna bring it forward. All right. So these are my favorite type of lunges to do after after a run. For sure. Like I make sure I do these after every run for sure, because your hip flexibility is so like it deteriorates after a run, honestly, because all your muscles getting tight, you're using all your muscles. So this is the kind of lunges I do after every run to make sure I get back my hips flexibility back to where it needs to be. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get on a regular one knee on the ground lunge or whatever you want to call it, and you try to lean your hips forward. So I'm gonna push my hips forward like that. I'm gonna reach my legs up, and we're gonna get that stretch on this back hip, and also on the front part of this hip. You will feel it on the side. So you get into that. Now I'm gonna do a twist. Like I said, I love my twist. Oh. Sometimes you fall because it's a hard stretch, honestly. Sometimes I like to try to touch my back foot. That's really hard, but that's only when I'm like really stretched out. Okay, after you do your hips forward, you're gonna bring your hips back. You're gonna try to get your hamstring stretched out over here. So, and you're gonna feel your hip over here too. So you get that going. And this one, you're gonna feel a nice burn around the back of your knee. I think people with bad knees need to be doing this stretch specifically to help rehabilitate that knee and them ligaments around the knee. But that's next level stuff. But, yeah, so after that, we're gonna take this knee, we're gonna put it on the ground, and we're gonna make a 90-degree angle with our leg on the front of the ground, and we're gonna try to stand up with it too, like this. As you can see, my knee kind of slanted backwards, and that's okay because we're working to get that 90-degree angle. But just try to do whatever's comfortable for you. So we're gonna stay like this for a couple of seconds, and you wanna try to keep that back leg straight, and you wanna try to keep your body straight and face forward. Now you're gonna feel this one all in the back right here, your hip, the outside of the hip right here. I feel it real well. And next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna take this back leg, you're gonna reach it up, and you're gonna grab that foot. Now with this, you wanna try to keep that body upright, keep it straight, but also keep that pulling that foot back, and you're gonna feel your hamstring on this side. Now this is getting to, you'll start feeling your body feeling quite well. It's gonna start giving you feedback at this point, because you went on a long run, and now you're stretching out those hips. And also you're feeling your ankles too right here, this ankle. Also you're feeling this ankle too, because it's flexed out down here. Now after that, you're gonna lay down on that leg with that leg still at the, or trying to be at the 90-degree. I'm gonna try to fix it right quick, and you're gonna try to lay straight down like this. Now this is when it gets real intense, because you're feeling all of this right now is on fire. And after a while, like it was real uncomfortable at first, but after a while your body gets adjusted to that fire, and it starts feeling the love from it, I like to say. So I can sit down here for no joke. I'll sit down here sometimes like 5 to 10 minutes, no joke, sometimes. All right, now we're gonna get real kind of crazy with it, okay? We're gonna put a twist on the end of this. So we're gonna take the opposite leg that's bent and the opposite arm. You're gonna put it down like this. You're gonna twist up. Ooh boy! And this way you feel it right here. I ain't did this in a couple of days, weeks, and it hurt. Now we did one leg, and now you feel this leg. Actually, there's a test you can do, and right now probably this leg is longer than the other leg because it's not as stretched out right now. That's how much of a difference it is of stretching out that leg. So actually, we're gonna go back into a chaturanga. And then to another downward dog. And you'll notice with all my yoga, it's always a pattern. That's the vinyasa flow I learned. Y'all can Google that. And I'm gonna do my left leg now. And the same thing. Try to push them hips forward. And right now you should be feeling kind of good. Right now I kind of got a little buzz about me because I ran like 3.8 miles today, and it's still in the morning time. You start feeling good about yourself while you're doing this yoga. I'm telling you, it's weird how your body works, and it gives you feedback and lets you know you're doing something good for it. All right, so now we're gonna do a twist again. Now we're gonna get that hamstring stretched out. I'm telling y'all, these twists, like, that's what helps with your digestion and all of that good stuff. And y'all saying stuff. Let me read what y'all commenting. Oh, I do these both like every day after a run or workout. And sometimes if I haven't worked out all day, I do it before I go to bed. Doing these hip stretches and loosen up your spine. That helps with sleep as well. Most people don't know that. Because we go to bed so tight, you know? Like, we tight all the time. All right, we're gonna go into the 90 degree, the knee down. I'm a little tight on this side, so it's taking me a while to get adjusted to where I need to be. You see my leg going in, just trying to run from that 90-degree angle, so I gotta lift it back up and make sure it's good. But it's not staying today, so that must mean I was overexerting myself somewhere on this side, and my hip was compensating for it. But that's, like I said, that's another story for another day. That's like next level thinking. We'll get into that one day, I guess. But we're gonna lift this leg up and try to get a nice stretch on this hip, as well on the outside of this hip. I always feel powerful with this stretch. I don't know why, but something about making sure you keep your chest up is it like release, like I don't know, like some kind of energy into your body, and y'all, I kid you not, you feel real powerful. All right, now we're gonna try to fall upon it. All right, we'll get this twist in. Like I said, the opposite arm from the knee. Try to slide it under your body and lift up. Whew. All right. Now we're gonna go back to a chaturanga. And then to another downward dog, of course. Alright. I lift my knees up long enough when I did that. jump to. Anywho, so now we're gonna do a little side lunge action, and I'm gonna throw in a little split because for me personally, I'm trying to learn how to do a whole split. And after a run is a good time to try to get those muscles fleshed out and get them strong enough for a split, because you gotta have some strong leg muscles to do that. So here I go. So we keep it, try to stretch out as far as possible. Try to pinch those booty cheeks. Alright, we're gonna lean. I'm gonna do it to the left first. I'm gonna lean all the way down. Ooh. And I'm gonna go into a split like that. And try to touch my toe. And then I'm gonna get up without touching the ground and do the other side. So like I'm stretching and I'm building strength at the same time. And you'll feel yourself getting better and better as you go with this. I like to do full body workouts now. I haven't touched the gym in like a year and a half now, about 18 months. And we're gonna do one more set. And I try to get a little faster and faster. Oh, but you can still fall sometimes. All right. All right, after this, I'm gonna do some balance. And this is like some of my more funner things I like to do. Some balance things with my body. So, let's see here. We're gonna do some tree pose, which is like this. Then we're gonna lift it up, and we're gonna go back. And then after we go back, we're gonna grab like this one. And we're gonna try to we're gonna try to get a split standing up. I suck at this really bad. So it'll be fun to learn together. So we're going to a tree pose first. With this tree pose, you want to tighten your legs, try to flex them out. My bad, my phone's about to die. Try to tighten those butt cheeks and try to focus on like one point ahead of you. I'm actually gonna go back first. Actually, so you go back, try to straighten that leg out. See, you can see how inflexible my hips are because I can't get that 90-degree angle like you see on TV, like the people on TV do. And you try to balance, try to put your arms forward. Alright, then we're gonna go forward with it. And then we're gonna try to grab our foot. Now you can twist with it like this too. Alright, and then we're gonna try to do the other side. I'm not gonna do the standing down twist like this and do a split. I'm not ready for that yet. But here go the other side. Alright. Now, after I've done all of those, it's time for some calm down stretches where you just try to calm your body. So usually those always start out the same with some try to touch your toes while sitting on the ground type stretches. You know those the classics. You can try it like this, just straight out. You can do one with your leg in like this, but with that one, you gotta try to get keep your body straight, like towards the front. I don't know if you can see that. You can try something like this, with your knee out. Now, also with those, you can do twists with it too. So you can try to pull your body over, and that's how you get your spine. So I'm gonna do that one actually. This one, I actually felt the need to do this stretch actually. So I'm gonna go with one leg out. I try to reach with both on this one. Then I'm gonna do a twist. Now some people can take this arm and pull it under their leg and reach their shoulder back. And you can see my hand over here, and they can grab arm. I can't figure it out because my shoulders are inflexible because of baseball and playing baseball all my life. So, but I always try. I think I'm actually better on the other side. So we try with the other one. I lied. I can't touch. But yeah. Alright, after that, I like to do a little hip stretch as well. A little triangle. So you keep one leg straight. This one goes straight back. And this one goes to a 90 degree. And you pull in. We're gonna switch sides. And then actually we're gonna do a bridge pose. So on the bridge you lean back, just like this. Try to get your legs stable in the ground. We're gonna lift up, and we're gonna lock our hands under our backs, and we're gonna lift. Now we're going to change our interlocks on our hand and switch them around and do the same thing. And then we're going to do an actual bridge pose. So with this one, you try to pull your elbows as back as possible. And you're going to try to lift up, and you want to pull your butt cheeks and tighten them up at the top. And you want to send that back as high as possible. All right. Now this is a stretch to stretch out your back and the top part of your back and your shoulders as well. I do this after running too because I feel like all that'd be pretty tight. So with this one, you're gonna go back on your back and you're gonna lift your feet up as high as you can in the air. And you wanna keep all your ligaments and stuff straightened out. And what you're gonna do with your hands is You want to prop yourself up like this. But you want to keep your arms straight, your elbows straight in line with your body. And then what you're going to do, you're going to take the legs back. All right, then we come down. You can come down like this. And that's a good hip stretch right there. That's the reason why I did that. Yeah. I hope you could see that. I didn't really practice that before. But after you do all that, you're done with your stretches, and I go into a meditation myself. Usually I meditate right on my back, and with that you keep your arms open and you just let your body sink into the ground. So like, and you breathe like real slow, nice and slow and controlled. But I'm not gonna show all that. But to you all, let me wish y'all a good day and a good week. That's always important. So I wish you all clear and loving communications. I wish you all clear and loving intentions. And I wish you all clear and loving thoughts. And I'm sending it out to all of you for this week. You all are beautiful. And much love to you. Thanks for joining my class or whatever. Much love to you all. Alrighty.